Viewers, the latest news about Ethiopia, Tigray, and Sudan is that, viewers, according to the latest statement from SWAT, is that the third Tigray uprising will ensure the existence of the Tigrayan people is a sustainable manner, ensure the national interest of the Tigrayan people in a fulfilling manner, enable the independence of Tigray to be determined through an internationally acceptable referendum process. It is unequivocal that there should be an involved process of negotiation and discussion. Because, however, it will never accept any one sided negotiation process that does not represent the people of Tigray or is pressured by external forces. Because, in this regard, there are clearly desires to negotiate and hold discussions based on the destroyed constitution. Not only is this constitution not our insurance against the crimes of genocide committed against the people of Tigray, which Ethiopia has violated the constitution in collaboration with its external partners of destruction. Therefore, although this constitution has come into existence, it is necessary to understand that using it as a negotiating document poses many dangers. Basically, the political force that established the constitutional order in Ethiopia, it would be to deny the crime of genocide committed against the people of Tigray by violating the constitution. It is also a process that destroys the military and diplomatic capabilities created by the struggle of the Tigrayan people. This is because this constitution will return Tigray to the pre-war level of genocide, namely region, dismantle foreign relations and diplomatic institutions including the Tigray Defense Forces and leave the struggle of the Tigrayan people in vain. Because, on the other hand, the constitutional negotiation process of Tigray's problem should be seen as part of Ethiopia's internal political problem. It is also because it fundamentally weakens Tigray's negotiating capacity and the advantages it has acquired in the course of the popular struggle. Because in general, the negotiation process should be conducted in a manner that ensure the highest interest of Tigray. A constitutionally based negotiations process that violates the aspirations and desires of the people of Tigray undermines the interest of Tigray and guarantees one-sided leadership is unacceptable. Because the negotiations based on the broken constitution betray the political, geographical, geopolitical, economic, military, and identity interest of the people of Tigray. Because recently, distorted information has been circulating on the part of the Tigray People Liberation Front regarding the ethnic parties, especially the relationship and processes in the Council of Parties and with the Tigray People Liberation Front chairman Dr. Debretsion Gebremichael. So this is basically because as a people with the very difficult situation we are in, we have refrained from describing the situation in detail. The problem is getting worse and worse. Thus, it has become necessary to present a true picture of the situation as our people are constantly working to create misunderstandings. And Tigray People Liberation Front Executive Director Getachew has made accusations, slander, and misinformation written on social media. Although, with all their will and care, haste and other ordinary street insults described in the article do not require an explanation. Everyone should know that the behavior and attitude of a force that has seized power by its own hands is a clear indication. And the main objective of the Tigray parties is to fight together to ensure the existence of Tigray. The Tigray Party Council, which includes 4 Tigray parties, namely the Tigray Third Uprising, the Tigray Independence Party, the National Assembly of Greater Tigray, and the Tigray People's Liberation Front. Viewers, although the Council has been trying to hold discussions on specific agendas for several months, it has not been free. Despite this fact, the Tigray People Liberation Front leaders have made speeches and speeches on various forums and occasions indicating that close contacts, effective discussions, and discussions were being held with the parties. Therefore, there was never a discussion worthy of a joint decision in the council or in the form of the four chairpersons of the Tigray parties. Gadachirida wrote, there was strong opposition from the opposition not to curb the signatures of the leaders of the Tigray media parties, and I got the opportunity to take pictures only for the record. Because he went on to stay, I took a picture of the agreement signed by the Tigray parties with the Tigray People Liberation Front chairman at the time with their consent. This article contains fundamental errors. Most of the parties in Tigray, including the Tigray People Liberation Front, agreed not to hold the signing ceremony. Since the parties were in the process of discussions, it was decided that it would be better if the jointly announced the agendas they were discussing to the people through the media. Then, in February, it was decided to make the discussions and positions of the council public to the media, and a committee of 4 members representing each of the council's member parties was formed. However, it could not be implemented due to obvious obstacles created by the Tigray People Liberation Front. Because another rough consolation in the article is that the difference in the council were resolved by a joint decision and the issues were resolved by a joint decision. This article 17/1 decision of the council of parties of Tigray by consensus or by 3/4 must pass and is contrary to the duty of the members to respect the decision of the council. Furthermore, he has posted a document photo signatures of the party leader on social media and regular media with the permission and knowledge of the council. This duty of the member of the TPC to respect collective decision and expressly stipulated in Article 8.2 or 4 has been clearly violated. Another basic fact to be mentioned is that the regular session of the Tigray Party Council has been suspended for several times. This is mostly due to reasons created by the Tigray People Liberation Front, and the remaining member parties are not part of this problem except in very few cases. However, Gadachirida commented that we had an appointment to meet last week and they were too busy, is contrary to the fact. Overall, the inconsistent statement by Mr. Gadachirida that Tigray parties are standard and the confusing conclusions drawn by the Tigray People Liberation Front leader at various forms are corrupting to Tigray politics. Although these actions are expected from an authoritarian and irresponsible regime, they are obstacles to the current existential threat and the future democratic state of Tigray and should be corrected early and publicly. In this regard, we call on some pro-ruling party media outlets that have taken the wrong mission to prevent the establishment of democracy in Tigray and hinder the journey of independence of Tigray by spreading distorted information instead of fulfilling their duty on this Tigrayan issue. Thus, ultimately, based on equality and respect, I would like to reaffirm my readiness to work together with the Tigray People Liberation Front and other parties in Tigray in a form that puts the interest of the people of Tigray first. But this statement is according to SWAT on the issues of negotiation between Ethiopia and Tigray People Liberation Front and the position between Tigray government and Tigray parties. Viewers, on the other hand, former Ethiopian intelligence chief Getachew Assefa has been sentenced to 18 years in prison in absentia. Former Federal Intelligence Agency Director Getachew Assefa has been sentenced to 18 years in prison and fined 20,000 birr in absentia. Getachew Assefa has been charged with crimes against humanity in absentia. So on the other hand, protest is going on large scale in Sudan and many people killed during the protest. First, Sudanese protesters take part in mass rallies in the capital Khartoum to demand an end to military rule. At least 7 demonstrators were killed in one of the most violent days this year in an ongoing crackdown on the anti-coup movement in Sudan. So viewers, so far the latest update. For more latest update, please subscribe channel. Thanks for watching.